But we're not going to let that interrupt the fun. Let's see what we got to do here. That right there. I need that green extension cord to get this plugged in.
Laying there on the floor. I think it's still plugged in.
So there's a little bit of sand to do. I got John helping me. Yeah. There's always a little bit of sanding. We got one like, but nobody watching. I don't know how that works. There we go. There we go. So we've told you about leaving your ego at home and having him look and see what spots need. There's not many, but there's still spots and they still need to be fixed. Let me hit this with a little DC. Hit that too.
Just a minute. Let me sand in there a little bit.
Oh yeah, sanding around that leading edge helps.
And just that paint thickness is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm gonna sand that out again though.
You got a little spot right here. You need to clean this out with a razor blade or something. Paper overhanging in there.
Yeah. I screwed up by doing it the way that I did. I sheeted the whole thing.
Should have made that in 2 pieces.
Yep.
Covered them and put them together.
Yep. In a hurry.
Well, you wanted it to look right, but just be abbreviated. But I mean, the thought process wasn't wrong. Always reaches out and bites you whenever you try to do shortcuts, you know.
I'm gonna get out my 36 grit sandpaper and give her a whirl and then run it down with 80 grit.
Yeah, we'll finish it off with AD.
You get it?
Nope. The hole's a little bit off and then fine enough. I think we got.
Now I'm worried about the camera. Okay, we're back. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Dan. Sorry about the delay, but YouTube just dropped for some stupid reason. Someday when I own the internet, I get it from Al Gore. I'll fix it so it works. Oh, I know. We need to get this microphone in there. Okay, we got that going. What?
Go downstairs and get some little forceps.
The sanding is never done. I should have got that out of my apartment. Oh well.
Yeah, I met one.
We have a ruler here. Well, as soon as I get this detail sanded, we'll shoot some silver gray on it. There are some things that I would suggest that I would do different next time. That's all these doodads. I would finish them and then glue them on after it's painted. Wouldn't do this again this way. But it'll be fine. Now we take that ball driver, which went where, and give it a try. Come out easy that way.
Yeah, that's one thing you gotta watch out for when you put these things back together after you quit painting on them. The paint's still green for a long time. I take some baby powder and rub around these edges of green paint. And then it helps keep it from, that stuff from sticking in there on you. You don't necessarily want to do it like right now, but when you get your final coats of paint and clear and stuff on it.
Okay, where are we at? How much more sanding we gotta do?
Need to blend down a little bit right there on that cooler.
That's turbocharger exhaust. That's really the exhaust of the airplane. This hole up here is the wastegate.
Okay. Let's see this.
Yeah.
Just sort of. Amazing how much one coat of paint will fill in. You're just sanding the little top layer of that coat of paint, but if there was something there you could see, and when you sand a little bit, it's gone. Morning, everybody, since I didn't say it. Might want to do a light pass around these door openings.
Use the
That spray that raised that
ruler.
ruler
There you
and
go.
stuff. Should be laying there.
No, I was using it. I might have set it over there.
There it is.
Using it inside these wheel doors. I need it right there too. Only guy that's gonna notice this stuff is Jim Lynch. What are you gonna do about that? You know, if I wanted to cover this with urethane, I wouldn't have to worry about any of this stuff.
Yeah.
One coat of paint, one coat of urethane, sand it out, hide all everything. But it'd be a turd then, it'd be a 70 ouncer.
I saw a guy had a real pretty airplane on there. I'd like to know what it weighs, because it must have half an inch of urethane on it. Real pretty though. Guy's got to get out of that judge and shine. And look past that shine.
In all actuality, this airplane could be beat to shit. Because a real airplane is beat to crap.
Yeah. Might happen around Burns.
They don't have a 36-inch car finish.
Half of them were painted with brush out in the field. Roller and brush, yeah. Now Ron Burns, his airplane, he had where they had
Right.
Mandate come in, and
Moving
they had a
the
new roundel.
Yeah.
I think it was a completely different style. And they moved it and didn't paint over the old one, so you saw half the old one sticking out from underneath of it. Very realistic.
He should have had a picture of the real airplane taped to his airplane when he put it out to judge.
Yeah. Little book.
Yeah. All right, I had to move the camera over here. I think we lost internet connection the last time. I'm checking on it now. Yeah, it looks like we're still on. We got 15 and 8. Make sure to hit that like button. Looking awesome. Can't wait to see what paint pattern you put on it. Yeah, Chris Everson, yeah. Morning. Alexander from Scotland, Hootman, and Jim Lynch. So we got a few guys watching. I did the final sanding last night, and it was the final sanding wasn't final. Can't see what I'm doing over there.
Yeah, well, always pays to get a second pair of eyes on something too, because everybody's got a tendency to like overlook some little things. You say, well, that's good enough, you know? Or they just flat miss it, you know, you skip around.
Everything on here that's missed is because I just flat missed it.
Make it easier on yourself. Here's a good little tip. If you're gonna work on the stab, work on the stab. Do the whole thing. Don't leave it until you finish the whole thing. Work on the elevators. Don't leave them until you finish the whole thing. Take a section of the airplane at a time. One whole wing panel, top and bottom. Don't stop until you finish that. And if you do it in sections like that, you'll find that you miss less. You're still gonna miss some, but it'll just be to a lesser extent.
What the hell is that boogie on there? Oh, man. What are they saying?
Are you building the plane for the Nats? If so, what plane? Yes, I've got a plane built for the Nats. It's a Geo XL, sorta.
Same thing as my airplane.
Same thing as Sparky's airplane. It's painted, it's ready for panel lines and stuff. Weather hasn't been cooperating. I got one more quarter of a wing panel to sand out and shoot a light coat of clear on it, and then do ink lines, and then onto the final clear. So we're in the finish stages. I'm not in any big rush. I got another SV11 on the board, SV23 actually. Got the wing built, flaps cut.
Got your Sunoco airplane.
Got a Sunoco airplane, yeah. Which is the SV23. I'm gonna decommission the Katana. It's pretty long in a teeth. Plus it weighs 74 ounces. And I'm not too proud to say, yeah, I globbered on the paint on that one.
You know what Jim liked the best about what I said as far as paint goes?
What's that?
When you get to 64 ounces,
Quit.
quit.
Yeah. Listen, unknown to everybody else.
My high roller airplane that was painted here in one day was not supposed to look like that.
Yeah.
But it was coming up on the scheduled weight, and I said, we gotta change up here. Let's paint.
One thing you do have to realize is that these paints are all the same. The clear's the same as the colors. It's just the colors have a pigment in them. You can get the same shine out of the colors that you can out of the clear. The thing is that you gotta have depth. If you want depth, you gotta have the clear on top of it. That gives you that 1 inch thick look. It'll still shine, and it'll shine beautiful. Just paint. But if you want to get that depth, that's why those clear coat paint planes look so good, is because they look like they got an inch thick finish on them, clear finish on them. But you look through that shine and look down underneath and see what you see. You guys are welcome. So, you think of these little, they seem sort of stupid at times, like taking a section of an airplane type deal, like I said earlier, you take it for granted, and you guys do that subconsciously. Or maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe your guy skips around all over the place, but you end up getting it done to each other, doesn't matter, but to help keep it a little bit easier, a little more organized, I guess. Sparky spent a whole week, I think, up here just on this nose. Just fiberglass sanding it and getting it ready for fiberglass and fiberglassing it, and come through and sanding it multiple times, and now this whole thing up here looks just like a piece of plastic. Of course, the whole airplane's looking like that now. All these little spots that he came over here today, and I know he's been working on this hard. He still walked in the door and said, "Here, look this thing over real good. Show me all the spots." And so
We're still gonna miss him.
we're gonna miss him. I walked around. I said, "Do this here, do that there." Just little things. He already knew all that stuff. I'm not telling him anything new. It's just that maybe I saw something that he didn't. And he'll do that to my airplane too. It goes both ways. Believe you me, it'll crush you the first time that you take an airplane over to somebody and say, "Okay, pick this airplane apart." Talk about pride, man. That'll eat your pride up.
Yeah.
The first time. And once you get used to it, it's not so bad. Because you know what to expect. Just get a buddy, have them come over, another modeler, somebody that paints good, whatever, have them come over and look at it, and come up with that little thing. We just rip off a little teeny piece of tape, put a little teeny piece of tape on all these little mess up spots. He's already done that.
Several times.
Yeah, right now we're just sort of super nitpicking. Like I said, a lot of these little spots on here right now aren't but a layer of paint thick. And so he shot a little primer on and sand that primer off, and that little spot will be gone. That's how minute they are. But they'll show up through the paint, the final coat. Guarantee you.
And Jim Lynch will say, "Hey, what are you gonna do about that?" And I'll say nothing.
Well, where are you guys getting lunch? I don't know. Might cook some hamburgers out on the grill.
Is that Danny?
Yeah.
How would I know?
The man with two hollow legs.
At least. We're waiting on you, Dan. He's sitting in that easy chair.
I don't think he had plans on coming over this weekend.
No,
That's a lot. A 2-hour one-way drive. It is very much appreciated, Dan. You can never quit learning in this. You can never quit learning. There's 1,000 ways to skin the cat. Learn 1,000 different ways. Find the ones that work for you and use them. Don't be afraid to try new stuff. You never know. That might be the next best, greatest thing that you like.
Well, I can tell you this, John. Whether you come along with the molded fuselage or not, I'm going to do a molded airplane this winter.
Oh, it's already in the book. It's already in the books. And we got basically 3 people. involved in that, some degree or another.
Hey, what are you gonna do about that? Ah, screw it up. What am I gonna do?
Don't stick that through the wing cover.
Yeah, we'll be a day set behind.
Yeah, you have a channel shut down.
Huh?
You have your channel shut down for all the cussing.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about this area here is it's doesn't have to be shiny. It's a wheel well.
Right.
Yeah, I knocked it out good. And everybody has tuned into this channel expecting that I'd be spraying. This is painting right here.
You bet.
Spraying it is not painting.
It's all in the prep.
Any monkey can paint. And I'm still going to paint an airplane with a bug sprayer. I might do that half-age with a bug sprayer.
That'd be fun.
I think I will. Just to show that it can be done.
If you're willing to use sandpaper, you can use just about anything. You can use a paintbrush, bug sprayer, whatever you want.
Any kind of medium to transfer the dope over to the wood is all.
Could you glass this?
You bet. Why?
Why, just some spots in there that are sort of hard to get out.
It's fiberglass. Okay, where are we at here?
Are these supposed to be angled like that?
Yeah. What, the holes you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry
Yeah,
about
you
it.
smooshed them in with some putty in there or
Yeah,
something.
just to
I was
seal it.
just wondering if,
You can put some on your thumb and go like that if you want, but it doesn't even have to be smooth because it's representing a pipe.
yeah.
And of course, it'll be black and brown and soot colored and all that. Now there's a little spot I didn't see in my apartment that if I didn't get it out right now would sure drive me fruit. But oh damn.
The Burdock are looking forward to see your half-A. Had a problem with the kit I'm working on, needs some info.
Okay, what kit?
What kit? A
info?
Cobra kit, Bearcat. Half-A Bearcat, full-size Bearcat. Raby Bearcat. Burdock Bearcat. They're all different.
Finally got a hold of Frank Washburn.
Yeah.
He lives in Indianapolis or whatever. He's got an RC channel. We're gonna do a collaboration. He only has about 200 subscribers. He's building an RC P-40 Warhawk top flight kit. I gotta give the guy props for building an RC airplane instead of buying an auto.
Yeah, not too many guys are doing that anymore.
Okay, this has been sanded, resanded, sanded again. I'm gonna shoot some paint on it. We'll get sanded again. Fix all the buggers. Then the clear will go on, it'll get sanded again.
Burdick Bearcat.
You know anything about them?
I know enough to be dangerous about them.
What's the question?
What's the question? They're sort of a flat-sided. I just dropped one of your bolts out.
It's right there.
Shut these things out. They're sort of a flat-sided Bearcat, meaning that the fuselage sides aren't really round like the real Bearcat. They're sort of real on the flat side. From what I understand, it's a pretty good flying airplane. What's his name? Did all these airplanes.
Pat Johnson?
Pat Johnson, that's Pat Johnson design, so it's got a good wing in it, stuff like that. It should build pretty easy because the fuselage sides are sort of flat, pretty flat.
Oh, I just love sanding.
Had some critters get into my garage and had a party with the fuselage, so I called to ask if I could buy just a fuselage kit, total wood.
Yeah, they'll sell it to
They'd
you.
probably sell it to you.
This was in Patty.
Yeah, talk to Patty there, or that's probably any of the girls really, for that matter. If they
They're in
don't,
business to make money. They want you to be happy.
I know they sell wing kits, they sell plans. You just want a scratch built, they sell wing ribs.
You show up on Father's Day, you can pick it right up.
Yeah, no shipping. The week before Father's Day.
Yeah. I'm excited to go with that. To me, Rodax is a lot better than the Nat. They're at it again.
They always have it. Let's face it.
Okay. Yeah, where I fixed them poles, you won't be able to see it when I get the paint on it. Pretty much gone now.
Kansas to Pennsylvania is a little too far. Yeah, that's a little far.
Where'd you at?
Kansas. Although there's guys from Texas that come up
Okay,
the road.
watch
there.
them come.
Guess I'm sort of fortunate. We still got a 4-hour drive. 4.5.
They were, I can't see that many people coming that would fill up all the hotels and all the towns around there. Do you? I don't see that, do you?
Probably not, but never know.
I don't worry about the inside too
I
much.
mean, you got people that get camp out there, so you can take them out. It's primitive camping because there's no electric and no water that I know of outside of his house.
Here's one for you, just a reminder, Walmart will be closed on Christmas Day, so both cashiers with their families.
Yeah,
Ain't that the truth?
they got 50 registers and only one
Right.
open.
All of
And,
them are
and
like
half
that,
half the self-checkout ones are closed.
but they have nobody to monitor those.
So they sit there and they watch you ring all your stuff, and then you go walk out, and then they ask you for your receipt. Can I see your receipt? So you just sat there and watched me ring everything up. Okay, there's that.
But the primer's thick on that. That would stand out nice though. Yeah, I gotta get this. Well, let's see what they said. Anything? I would love to be able to fly like you, but I can never. I would love to be able to fly like you. All I can, was never taught the pattern. All I can do are loops and wingovers. Well, if you can do loops and wingovers without hitting the ground, you'd be able to do the whole pattern.
Everything's a combination of those.
Somebody's gotta teach you.
Go onto the AMA website and pull up the AMA stunt pattern. Get yourself a beater airplane.
And pick a maneuver and start flying the crap out of it.
Yeah, just pick one. You want to do 8s inside and outside and inside.
Eights are probably the best one to start with because outside of loops.
Yeah,
Eights are probably the best one. Eight's inverted flight. If you can get inverted flight now, you can start doing a lazy 8. Do a lazy 8 and then just keep stretching it out bigger and bigger and bigger. Before you know it, you're flying the whole lap upside down. As you come around there, just keep thinking down, 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 down.
yeah. Down is up.
Down is up at that point. Yep.
I'm definitely gonna have to sand it now. I got fingerprints in it.
Wet paint.
Now these wingtips are always tough, you know,
Yeah, they take a beating. Take a beating.
might have to re-drill the hole in them. Yep, guys, this is painting. Painting is just not shooting. I'm gonna shot retarder today, though, and mixing colors.
Pretty humid out.
Should be painting in the next 15, 20 minutes, maybe. After another once over. I think about got all that primer sanded off of it that I put on this morning.
Yeah.
Can't sand it all off.
He's past the stage of sanding all the primer off. Comes a point you got to start leaving a little bit of it on there. Although read the newspaper through it type thickness.
I guess the once over with 1200.
Wouldn't hurt to get the little grit particles off of it. Especially on all the open bays.
Oh, I see a spot. Yeah, maybe. Could be just, no, it's not a spot. It's just shadow from where I didn't sand it.
You can hear it when you rub it.
This is 1200.
This actually should go pretty quick. Not all the sanding's been done. This is just doing the final little get the little sand grit dust particle little specks off of it. And at this stage, sanding with 1200 grit paper, you can be pretty aggressive with it because it really doesn't take much more than that off of it. Like
Get my 36 grit out with my 8-inch DA.
It's like rubbing it with a piece of paper or a piece of
Notebook
paper. Might as well do these while you're at it too.
I'm not worried about them.
Get a coat of color on them. Well, they actually need primer. Up to you. Sure, plain. Got 049 Thunderbolt plans printed.
Who said that, Dan?
Christopher Everson.
Well, Christopher Everson, I feel for you.
That's gonna be a hard airplane to get to weigh halfway decent weight for an 049 powered airplane, especially if it's a full fuselage jobber.
Jim Lynch is going to send me a TD-049 for mine because I'm building two. I only got one 049. Jim said he'd give me a 049.
Oh, that's nice. What are you gonna do with them? You gonna give them away?
I'm going to give one away and keep one for myself. Fly 049 stunt at Brodak.
I could refinish that one I got.
Yeah.
It'll be like building a whole nother airplane. It'd probably be easier to build a whole nother airplane.
You just cut a Cobra wing and build a Cobra. Yeah, we got a boogie right there. Gotta get that off. Got a globule boogie.
A guy a while back did all the classic planes at one time, or all the modern Stunners or whatever he called the what do they call them, the little classics or the little, what the heck was that? He had a whole line of 5 or 6 different airplanes. And I think he had an Impact and it's all open frame build on the crutch. What, like a rubber powered airplane? Little Legends, I think is what
Yep.
the guy called them. Tom Lay, I think, used to run around with a little 020 or 010 powered something or another pinned to his hat.
I couldn't remember who had the little O2O airplane we all flew, and Jim Lynch told me last night when I was talking to him that it was Lou Rankin.
Lou Rankin? Yeah.
You want to see a guy who can do monocoque? Louis Rankin is the guy.
Boy, that feels just as smooth as a baby's butt, man. That 1200 makes a big difference.
Get out my 36 grit and 6 gallons of the ocean floor, and
You can build up all them little low spots with Bondo.
Mando.
Sendo de Bondo. Yes, built like a rubber powered airplane. Well, that's the only way you're going to build one of those light enough, because they're just, you can look at this airplane, it's a behemoth. I designed my own little half-A airplane. I showed it on here a week or so ago. And it's a full tilt stunner. It's got flaps and adjustable lead out and tip weight box and a 3-inch bell crank. It might have a 4-inch bell crank in. I can't remember what I put in. It's got a 7-Up bottle canopy with a little lay down RC car blow mold driver in it and a dashboard, and came out at 10 or 12 ounces, something like that, ready to fly. Yeah, Christopher, you saw them in person, yeah. Sort of looks a little long for wear and tear right now. Been sitting in the corner for many a moon. Probably built that airplane 15 years ago.
Yeah, boy.
Has a VA 049 with a rear exhaust muffler on it. All enclosed in a little take apart cowling, take off cowling. Pretty cute.
Any more 1200?
I think I still got the plane. I don't have anything fixed up here. I don't think. Oh, here's some good stuff. 60 grit.
Yeah, that'll work.
There's some 2000.
Yeah, that'll work too. I just need to finish up this spot in there.
500. I only got a couple little pieces. I was working down in the basement. Took all that stuff down there.
Finish up this bottom, wipe it off, mix up some paint, start painting. Let's see how much it hides.
Let's see, find another piece laying here. I don't have any up here.
This will work. Oh, this is 2000. This will be fine.
Here's a little piece of 1200.
Yeah, look at what's on it.
Don't want to use that.
Grinding some metal.
Scratch it up.
Just knocking the marbles off of it. You know, I'm not using it wet, so it loads up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rub it on your pants. I found that helps. Oh, you've been doing it already, okay. Duh! We'll take and dry wipe this thing down, and we'll take some prep salt and go around and take some prep salt to it. You have an 049 day down in Dayton. Yeah, we could probably do that if we get some interest. Need to get a guaranteed 10 guys or something like that to come down and do it.
This is paint. You listen, you can hear it grinding. And when it stops grinding, it's finished.
You're still using that 1200.
Yeah.
$2,000 is a little bit fun. Not really cutting it.
Okay. All right, let's wipe her down. What are they saying?
I have to reseal my nibbler. Just finished. Thanks to my ex-old lady. She had a fit and poked holes in all the bays in the wing and tail and rudder.
That was nice.
That was real nice. My ex-old lady took all my dad's airplanes and my airplanes and all that stuff while I was at work one day and put everything out in the front yard, and all the neighborhood kids and everybody else came around and took it all. So I know where you're coming from. Stuff I can't replace.
I think there'd be some killing going on. For me, anyway.
Well, yeah, I don't like jail, so. Had a scale Bearcat dad built P-6 Texan, 3 or 4 RC airplanes, mid P-51 Mustang, Olson and Rice motors, Forster motors, boxes of props and stuff is all gone. The kids were out. Came down the road and the kids were out throwing the things like gliders down the road. Needless to say, I was pretty pissed. Prep Sol. The proper way to use Prep Sol is supposed to be a wax and grease remover. So you put it on wet, rub it around real good. Make sure you get all areas. Rub it real good because you're trying to get fingerprints and that kind of stuff off. Don't worry about wearing rubber gloves because this stuff will take all the oil out of your skin anyway. Then take a nice dry cloth and rub over it.
I'm gonna take out that pipe now. Because we're gonna spray right over that. I lost the bolt in there. There we go. Let's see, anybody see anything? Oh, we got this thing gonna pop out. I got a junior ringmaster and a baby nowhere and TDs to put on them. Okay. Let me get the, wait till I wipe it off with the,
I didn't get this side.
no.
Yeah, this will be it.
Huh?
This will be it.
Remember, paint job's never finished, it's only abandoned. I'm gonna mix a quart of paint unthinned.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
I'm gonna mix a quart of paint unthinned. Doesn't mean that I gotta use it all, it just means that I'll have it for touch-ups, because you'll never be able to match this paint.
Put this up.
Yeah. Well, if it shines as good as that, I'll be happy.
Yeah, well, you can tell once you get it wet, what that top coat's gonna end up like, cause this'll tell everything right here. I need to get these flats on here, I didn't dust them,
What, the flats?
the flat spot,
We'll get one more white paint.
Yeah, go over it one more time with the cloth and maybe flood it off with some air.
Bottom there.
See,
You can get the fuselage back here.
yeah, I'm gonna get the rest of the wires and everything.
Definitely gotta blow it out, because there's all kind of dust in the pipe though.
Yeah.
Well, if it shines as good as it does with this prep solvent, I'll be happy. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna paint inside the trailing edge on everything, then I'm gonna paint these, then I'm gonna, or the leading edges on these, then I'm gonna put them back on and shoot them.
Get all your little nooks and crannies first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what I did. I did exactly the same thing.
Hey Dan, what's for lunch? Over to Dan's house and eat a big old steak.
Filet.
He made some good steaks.
Yeah, I heard all about them puppies. They're called impress your neighbor steaks or something like that.
$90 for 2 steaks. Uncooked, I mean, you could see $90 at a restaurant, but
That's just, well, the price of meat today is just ridiculous.
Dan's lucky his wife doesn't eat meat.
I know what that's like though, it can be difficult when you're a meat eater. Barb used to be a vegetarian until I converted her.
Yeah. All right, we have been on 1 hour and 17 minutes, if that's what it's taken to prep this. No, they do not leave fuzzies, Jim. These are the best painting paper towels around. They're kind of expensive, but
You can get lint-free towels from the auto paint store, and I got some up here, and they work okay. They don't leave like your normal paper towel does, but they will leave some. So we always take, well, I always take, and blow this airplane off before we actually shoot the paint or in the airplane.
I think I'm gonna hit inside the engine bay with just a dusting of primer. What do you think?
That's up to you. Don't have to, but it'll help seal it a little bit more.
Of course, it'll add more weight, so we'll put it. Gotta get off the weight kick.
Yeah, you keep adding, nothing's coming off, that's for sure. This helps get the dust and everything off the airplane, but worse than the dust is fingerprints that you'll get pops just from handling it. You rub your nose and sand on it and hold it and move around it.
You got to get the right ones, Jim. They have two types of blue towels. You'll notice the difference. These are smooth. The other ones are kind of rough. And these are great polishing towels too. They don't scratch.
Okay, let's see. These things sort of look like a napkin, but these are for auto painting. You get them at the paint store. It's supposed to be lint-free cloths. Just rub this down, get whatever dust or look at it, you'll be able to tell if you got it the first time.
What do you think? Need any more spots?
I haven't really seen any, nothing's, standing out. Might take that 1200 right out here, just this little area right here. Feel it.
What I do with it?
It's laying there somewhere. You haven't done the flaps and the elevator and that stuff yet either.
I bet 2,000. Yeah, get my 36 grit out and 80 grit and get my 8-inch DA. What's for lunch? We just got started.
That's damn. Boy, it's got two hollow legs.
There, dust these off. We got 2 gallons of white over there, or just half of one?
A gallon and a parcel, I think. I don't know, there might be 2 gallons, I can't remember.
Okay. Colored butyrate. This is white, colored butyrate, insignia white, that's a full gallon. That's clear. I gotta make sure to do a quart and then thin it. Cause I gotta have screw up paint. So if there's about a quart in this, I'll just mix it in this gallon. There's not a quart in there. What do you think? You think that's a quart? Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Not unthinned. Unthinned?
Yeah.
A quart? Full
Yeah.
quart? I don't know. You're pretty close.
That should be, I guess it'll be enough because I'm gonna add all that silver. So first thing I'm gonna do is make metallic white. We got jet black, insignia white. Well, that's Rodex though. I know I had a silver over here. Crystal clear, which is brown. That clear. That's black. Crystal clear. Lightly red. Jet black. Hardener. Signet might be in that box over here.
There's a bunch of different stuff with this. That's degreaser, Prepsol, Stickums M600, Acrylic Clean. I'm using Acrylic Clean right here because that's just a local. I have a hard time getting Stickums. It's sort of pricey.
Silver.
This stuff worked for me over the years.
Now I'm using Rodex silver and Randolph dope because I don't have any Randolph silver, but it's made by the same people.
We're gonna warm this place up here in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's 60 degrees in here right now.
Maybe about
We'll
close to
get it
70.
up to about 70, 72. I'm burning up myself right now. 60 degrees.
Yeah, but the paint won't like it.
That paint won't like it as well.
We painted in here at 90. During the winter when it's snowing and it's humid out.
I painted outside in 40-degree weather. And then sprayed the plane real quick and then took it into the basement. Didn't hurt one bit. Come out just fine. Okay, Dan, there's a catalog for you.
Okay.
Wood crafters.
Where's that key? There it is. The mad scientist going here.
I'm gonna wrap this can up in a paper towel.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
He's already told you what he's gonna do.
I'm gonna mix half of this can in there and stir it up and see if we got metallic.
Jim does blue towels to leave the fuzzies on the finish. Not very much, Jim. You already heard that. You use lighter fluid rubbed onto the. Show me how my final finish will look, Jim. Yeah, lighter fluid will work. It's Napa. Basically, lighter fluid's Napa. It's sort of a semi-inert degreaser. I'm not so sure these degreasers aren't more than just Napa in them.
This is a brand new can of Brodactyl. Look how full it is.
Looks like about 3/4 of a can to me.
Jeez. So we'll add about that much.
Halloween time and the mad scientist is at work.
Half a can. You got a paint stick? Stir stick. I think it's gonna take the whole can.
Use this end of it. This is dope on the other end, but it's got a little bit of orange tint to it.
Yep, gonna take the whole can.
Where's my air sprayer thing?
So we don't have metallic silver yet, or metallic white yet, so we're gonna add some more. About a whole can.
Not too long, guys, but the compressor's gonna run, the heater's gonna run. We're gonna have a lot of excess noise.
One pint to 1 quart of white silver. What's nice about this color that I'm mixing here is it's not going to look metallic until you get it in the sun.
It'll look good. It'll be perfect. Perfect. Try not to go too hog wild with your air hose. Blow dust up off the floor and stuff.
You saw my other Thunderbolt, right?
Huh?
You saw my other Thunderbolt, the color on it.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I didn't save no silver for the panel. Oh well. You got a little bit of silver somewhere?
Yeah, there's probably something around here.
I'll buy some more if I have to. When I do the ammo panels, they get painted straight silver like aluminum. Perfect. Can't tell.
It's just white with silver. Joe Reinhardt puts silver in all his colors. all but white, and he claims that it makes it cover better. I haven't tried that.
Where's the black? We got a full can of black already
There's
mixed
a
up.
jar over there that's got black in it. It's settled, but that's it. Just shake it up. It's pretty thin, but it's not straight.
Yeah, I better get that. I got Brodak Jet Black over there. Insignia White, Jet Black. I'm gonna have to go down and go to the bathroom before I get started here. I think I'm gonna do that now. Yeah.
Right now, you want to try not to touch the airplane, leave fingerprint or something on it. Got a little handle here to turn that thing. He's gonna put the flaps in the elevator. He's gonna go through here and he's gonna spray all these little inside corners and doodads and stuff first, inside the trailing edge, leading trailing edge of the flaps in the elevator. Then he's gonna put them on the airplane. Then he'll paint the whole airplane as one at that point in time. So white, you can see there's color in it, but it sure isn't much. Make sure you filter this.
That was a relief. Okay, 23 or 29. Mixed silver and yellow, and it comes out metallic green. Jack Sheik's care was supposed to be metallic yellow. Once mixed, he included the green. Well, we got metallic white here now, but we're going to have metallic gray here in a second. One quart to 1 pint, and then add black to desired effect. I'm going to try to match that color, maybe just a shade different. That way, it'll be one coat, and it'll be shiny.
One thing I found at Woodcrafters, it is a neat store. They're sort of pricey. They've got some burrs in there, some carbide burrs, and it'll work in 1/4 inch drive or 1/8 inch drive stuff. Some of them are pretty wicked looking, almost look like some kind of medieval torture thing. But they work really well. They last a long time. They'll eat stuff away faster than you want it to.
I don't know if you guys saw how much black I put in there. It was like a capful. And We might go just a shade darker than this. Yep. But you damn sure don't want to add
Too much.
too much black. I mean, it don't take much.
You can't take it out.
Oh. Yeah, gotta go some more. I'll set it on this. I guess I could use that. Let's see here.
That's good, it did right now. You're getting pretty close, aren't you?
Close. I want it to look a shade darker than that. But still whiter. Need to write the formula on the can, what we got.
Yeah, if we measured it all.
I did.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, tint to color, tint to shade.
Definitely gonna write on this can P-47 though. Good more. Tip the can, what the hell? It's pretty close. So it's looks to be about a half a pint of black to a quart of white and a pint of silver. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it right there.
It rained last night here.
Poured yesterday. And look at this color.
Humidity is about 75% right now.
Two lights yet? I guess we touch it to the airplane. Well, I don't want to do that.
A little bit darker, isn't it? Unless it'll dry lighter than that.
It does.
You can add just a smidgen. I'm gonna wipe that up before we get tracking it around.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, creep up on this slowly. like we said, you can't take it out. Before you know it, you'll have a gallon of paint mixed up.
A gallon that's useless.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop. So it's 1/2 pint black, 1 quart clear, 1 pint silver. That way in case and it, even if I mix it at that formula, it'll never match. It'll be close, but it'll never match.
Age and everything else will get you.
That's why I mixed a quart, even though we're not gonna use a quart.
Yeah, Christopher, I'm sorry, we live in a rainy area here. If it ever starts snowing, that's the best time to paint, is when it's really cold and snowy. Less humidity in the air. Summertime's not good around Ohio. I don't necessarily want this is going to dry a little darker.
It's about the same color as my old P-47 right there. If I think back, I think that's the formula I used too. 1 quart, 1 pint, 1/2 pint. This is not measured, it's just kind of guess.
Sort of guessing, yeah. Well, it's custom colors, you know. These aren't store-bought Cessna gray or something like that.
You can see no metallic in this at all right now, in this light, but when it's in the sun, you will be able to.
Says you don't see it blush with the humidity. Yes, it might blush. We'll probably put some retarder in it, but it's still pretty high humidity here, so it might still blush, which
Not a big deal.
not a big deal yet. Blush comes into effect when you're putting your clear top coats on. That's when you want your best weather.
Okay, let's. Just box trash.
Yeah. Humidity's about right when you take your sweater off and see blue sparks. Well, yeah. That might do it too. It might be a good indicator.
Who said that?
Dan. Yeah. Very good indicator.
Okay. I like that color. That's perfect. It's the same color as my old Thunderbolt.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be stinking out here in a few minutes.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's gonna be heavily sinking.
How'd you get there? Center?
Retarder.
Oh, retarded. I don't want to mix it in this can though. I want to mix it into a quart jar.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Once again, just because I got all this paint doesn't mean I need to use all this paint. So it's 450 milliliter. We want it right there. That's exactly how much paint's in here is 1 quart. Because I just poured half of it off and it looks to be, it went halfway down. So that's the way it goes.
Need one of them paper cups there. Put some retarder in it.
Okay, there, I'll put that. And I don't know how the hell these things get on there so tight. Can you get it off? Now we'll top it with retarder. About 2 ounces is all.
And that,
Oh yeah.
I don't want to waste it. This is a precious commodity.
Phew. Thanks, that's probably too
Boy, you can really tell when you add retard to the paint. It makes it smell completely different. Here's a lid for that. Let's get it all up. Mark a big R on the top of it.
I'll end up pouring it all in here as soon as I.
Oh, yeah. I'll reserve that jar for.
I might want to get the heater going so we can get this warmed up. We'll close the booth down after it's warm in here.
Okay, we're gonna get some noise going here, guys. We're gonna plug the compressor in and plug the heater in.
over this thing, there's always a spot. Just the way it is. Put some of that gray thing in there and see how it's spraying. Starting to warm up inside here. 25. Weather app shows 93% humidity in Dayton now. Get the salamander running. No kidding, Dan. We got her going. Trust me, this will come out fine. You've done this how many times now, Dan? John? We're not going to bring it up to 90. Ready to go. Hopefully this stupid thing doesn't cut off line.
About 80 degrees in there.
What's going on here?
Leave it 5 or 6 before.
Yeah, shit. Stupid thing. Okay. All right, we're this will kill you.
You can't put it out here and get out of the middle.
All right, we're ready to go. See how it sprays. Okay. Well, that paint cover's good.
No doubt. Shouldn't take anything.
What?
Shouldn't take hardly anything to cover.
We'll get a slick coat on after I get all this stuff covered.
Put the flaps and elevators and stuff on.
Yeah, I'm going to. I gotta do leading edges on them.
Right. I'll pass that stuff to you and then
I'm ready.
give you an elevator first.
I can see something in it I don't like. I'm gonna have to try to hide. I won't tell you on camera. I don't know which one is which. Guess it's this side. Gotta be. Yep. Of course.
This is the outboard this side. When you gotta put it on.
take that one off. I missed the inside of it. The spot that's up against the fuselage, I missed it. Can't have that. Jim went to go, hey, what are you gonna do about that?
Yeah, there's a little mirror out, little inspection mirror. Are you gonna put the cowling on it? Or are you gonna paint it with it all?
Paint it with it off. I'm only putting these on because I got no way to hold them.
Yeah, that's the problem with those, hinge type.
Okay. Ta-da! Now, I gotta take this off and paint the inside of that. See, I missed this spot here. Can't have that. Because I know my buddy Jim will be going, hey, what are you gonna do about that? We gotta have, I gotta do this whole job in about 4 ounces of paint. Or at least try to. Okay, that's good enough to hold them while I paint it. So we have used approximately half a cup. So it's going to take half a pint to do this. Well, let's let her rip. The smoke's going to fly now. Retarder, it looks like. Drying kind of weird. Yeah, I see some spots I don't like, but there ain't nothing I can do about it. Yeah, you probably see a lot more before it's over with. Out of paint. Glub, 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 glub.
Notice Robert's working on the bottom side of the airplane. Always paint the bottom side first. Do you have any corrections to make?
We're gonna need more retarder, and this is blushing pretty good.
Yeah. You got the jar over there.
Yeah, but more than that. More than that little bit left. Be about double what we had. It's pretty close.
Not adding too much.
Yeah, well, 10%, and that wasn't even close to 10%. 2 ounces
Because that jar's like 7% healed.
Yep. Put about,
I'll put 20 in there.
and then I'll dump it all into the thing. It'll slow it down. Laying down real nice though. Nice, isn't it?
I don't want to stay in there too long.
We get a buzz on, that's for sure. Okay, let's, we're gonna add some more retardo. I think one more. We'll go ahead and paint the whole thing one time with less retarder and then come back and hit on the second coat with more retarder. I'm just gonna go ahead and repaint the inside of my canopy or cockpit again. I'll just blow right through it. Try not to get too much in there on the olive drab.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
kind of spots I don't like. I knew that was gonna happen. You dying over there? Good, man. Don't do as I do as I say. Wear a mask. Wear a respirator. It's not good for you. But too late for me. Okay. At least we'll know what this thing's gonna weigh. It's gonna be 2 ounces for clear. At least an ounce for clear. Where are we at here? Always in search of that perfect airplane, and this ain't it. It's nice, but I guess if I spend some time to work out the buggers, there's a few spots I don't like. Okay, I'm gonna add some more retarder to this. We didn't have 10% in it to begin with. So we're gonna add about an inch in here. Hopefully that'll slow the drying time down a little bit, give it a nice slick finish on it. Whew. Either that or it'll melt it. It melted. As far as questions go, guys, I'll be looking at the screen here in a minute as soon as I get this thing painted. That helps a lot. It's got some buggers in it. Whew. See all the bagging up it's doing? like I got a couple of pinholes too coming in it. Oh well. Couple of pinheads. There's a spot there, all right. Well, I guess we'll get the heat going now, and that'll be the end of that. You want to crack the garage, John? Yeah. Yeah, it's getting a little froggy in here. I gotta come up for air. Boy, they're loving you.
Dan.
Who is it? Dan?
He doesn't want to face my please.
What?
He doesn't want to say himself.
It's pretty close to the same color. No, the fog is not paint on the lens. The fog is from the fog of the paint. Let's come out here. Come out here for a minute to get some fresh air.
Not that fresh out here.
What?
Not that fresh out here.
No. Still gotta hit the cowl and the wheel doors. I had to come up for air. What do you guys think? Did it come out all right? Yeah, it's foggy in there. Wonder how much weight I added. Probably not much. 3/4 of an ounce. Pretty standard, 1 ounce clear. Not quite 1 ounce clear. Go in there and look at it and see if I got it all covered. paint all covered? Yeah. Looks like this, and you're painting it. They're taking that paint to cover that. Whether it's white, red, gray, whatever your base color of your airplane is. Now you can backmask this, but still tint your clear and backmask areas where you may want it white. Whatever, go ahead and spray your white on there and then tape over your white and then carry on with your base color. You got 1 gallon of white left. I guess they should order another gallon before they stay out of sight. It's a damn shipping. They don't get me for shipping. No hazmat. Well, they hit you for shipping, but no hazmat. Yeah, I haven't been getting hazmat here either. I guess I can wait till I go home. That's the thing. That's $30 a gallon. $27 or something for a gallon and a quart. I mean, how far out of the way is it going up? 3 miles. It's going down 70. I get off at Highland and I go 3 miles into Highland and get it back up. Gas is 33 miles, $30. I don't know. Found out. Yeah. It's still cheaper than shipping. Because it was $27, I think. Just a gallon in shipping. Camera stand here, not careful. Getting hot to the touch. That aluminum, whatever that's made out of, really soaks the heat up. Sorry guys, it's sort of yeah, it's not so much the wrinkles and stuff in it. In the covering, because it all bags out. It'll bag out even in the when you put your top coat clear on. It's all gone. It's all tight. But it'll tighten up right just within minutes after you put it on there, and it's still wet. So, stuff's pretty forgiving weather-wise now. You can still get little blushes in it at this stage of the ball game that are not going to kill you.
Is it raining out there still?
Yeah, it's drizzling.
God.
It's a drizzling.
I watched Bob Brookins paint at Brodex one year, and we were all standing outside. He was in the garage door wide open,
And it was raining, steady rain. I mean, we were getting soaked. Of course, we had some umbrellas and stuff, luckily. But there must have been 30 people out there watching him do a paint seminar with Britick dope retarder, and it blushed a little bit on him, but he and Carrie went on, and before the week was out, had a real nice finished airplane, you know. But he was painting, and it was pouring down rain. And I wouldn't say do your clear top coats when it's pouring down rain. By all means, wait until you get a low humidity day and undo your top clear coats until you get, you know, some nice weather. But that's what I've been sort of waiting on my airplane. I want to get the humidity down at probably 40%. I mean, if I can get a day when it's 40%, that'd be pretty good, or less. 50, maybe 50,
No.
but that's still sort of getting iffy for a clear coat. And whatever you do, don't add more than 10% retarder. It isn't a good thing. It melts too deep, and it can lift your silk span and everything up. Affects the paint. One thing you'll notice when you add retarder to paint is it sort of rubberizes it, and you'll notice a difference in how it sands opposed to just straight paint without retarder in it.
Yeah, but it does better.
It part of that slowing that cure time down does that to it and changes the properties. It will eventually harden up just like a regular paint does, but just takes longer.
And that spot you told me to sand out by the turbocharger.
Yeah.
It's still there. That's one that's gonna have to get.
Yeah, well, we knew that going in, and what you're gonna do here is he's getting a base coat of color on there. And basically what this does is this will, all the little imperfections that you missed or you thought were good enough, or maybe you fixed them and they look good, now this brings them all back out again.
So you get to sand some more.
So you get sand some more and paint some more. But now you're only going to be painting a little spot here, and a little spot there, and a little spot there. You know, it won't be the whole, won't be as much fixing. All these spots keep going away little by little.
And I could spend the next 100 years fixing all the spots. Because the bad thing about the spots is the minute you move it, you're gonna ding it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So, let me bring this container out here. We'll show you how much paint I use. Now, I mixed a quart of unthinned, but I put it back on the shelf. And I mixed it in here, and this is down to here. So I've used that much color on that airplane, and that's it. So if I use that much color, unthinned, I used half of that
Yeah.
thinned.
Even if you put 2 coats on, you're looking at thinned dope of a pint, half a quart for 2 coats on a full-size airplane. That's not very much paint at all. All that can be attributed to tip near clear when you start from the ground up, from the bare wood. Start right then. Yes, that was my significant other, and no, she doesn't want anything to do with airplanes. Sorry.
And look at this cow.
She used to launch and stuff for me, but I don't have her do it anymore. I just don't feel safe.
That one bubble, or maybe that's water drop, I don't know, but look how nice it laid down in there.
I seen a little spot back here, and I seen this fine too. You'll get it down.
Well, there's
That came out better than any of it, but that's got glass on it.
there's some spots back there I don't like, where it's fastened. But I think the rondelles and the stripes and all that'll hide it.
Right. You'll probably see some dipsy doodles, but you'll go over that whole thing and that thing flat again and spray another light coat on it. And I mean, you can't get any less paint than what you're putting on it right now. I mean, actual colored paint.
I won't paint the whole thing another coat. I'll just,
Just the spots.
yeah, just fix
Go
it.
through there and fix your big spots. Some of that'll hide, like you say, because you're going to put more paint on it, because you got all your trim colors. Wherever there's trim colors, if there's a little doodad there where a trim color is going to go, you're going to fill that in on their trim colored paint. That's another layer of paint in those areas. So you got to sort of look at that and determine, what spots need to be fixed and what spots don't, and compensate that for your other colors. This color right here, this color tech right here will fill in a lot of stuff we were looking at before, just because it's got so much pigment in it. This is actually paint. This is actually the first coat of real paint that's been put on that airplane. Pigmented colored paint. The rest of the stuff was just tinted clear.
So it's painted in one coat.
One coat, and it's 100% covered. It looks pretty good. You gotta realize that he's being really picky. He gets his coat sanded out, trim colors on it. He's looking like damn pan.
That's one coat of paint.
Not a windy coat.
No, not a windy coat either.
They used to have a pint.
Half pint is what
Half a pint of paint, but one whole coat on the center square inch full size stuff plane.
Let's see, I forgot who said this, but a good paint job is never finished and demanded. Yeah, that's Randy Powell.
Yeah. Never a truer statement made. Never a truer statement made.
Can I open this up? Sure, you can.
trying to candle it by rotating it slowly in the camera, because sometimes that camera will show stuff you can't see with your eyes, you know? And looking pretty.
But all the paint that I used, the line is right there. So I used that much paint to paint that airplane complete. And 50% of that is thinner and retarder.
Amazing.
Let's see.
What do you want to know? I like your painting, Stan. Very nice. I'd like to know how you made it. All right. Let's go by. We'll just look at it real quick here.
For the umpteenth time.
It's a piece of plywood, doubled at the base. It's got a toilet bowl flange screwed down to the plywood. Then it's got a piece of 2-inch. Is that 2-inch? What's it say on there? Looks like 2-inch, 2.5 inch PVC pipe. Comes up about 4 foot, give or take a little bit. Right up in here, this is a piece of aluminum rod. Comes in here to a plate. You cut half that rod away and leave a flat on the end of it and drill and tap for 2 holes here, and then your 4 motor mount holes. Bolts there, and then on the end of that rod I made a little handle with holes in it so I can lock it like that, or if I want to. Most of the time I don't have to lock it. It just binds in there. That's about a 1-inch diameter piece of aluminum rod. just something I had laying around. But that allowed me to drill and tap these holes in this end here. Nothing, and an end cap on the top. Keep an Allen wrench here that works for these bolts. It just stays with the stand, but yeah, just and some tech screws or something like that to screw it all together with.
Go on
Cheap,
Stunt and search Byron Barker paint stand.
Cheap, simple, and you don't have to weld. I don't have a welder. I didn't have access to a welder, so I figured out something to do without having to weld something together. Byron Barker's paint stands are very, very nice. If you can find one, he's no longer with us anymore. I don't know that anybody
Nobody's making them.
is making them. I don't think anybody is, but you know, you might find somebody that's getting up in age, getting out, has one. They might be willing to get rid of or go the PVC pipe route. Nice and cheap. The only thing I would change on this one right here is if I did it again, I would bevel these edges instead of leaving them, you know, full thickness of the plywood, just so you don't stub your toe on it as much when you're walking around it. But once you get used to it, it doesn't seem to be a problem. Old engine stand. The ladder, I used to have just the aluminum rod that I
Make it out of a broom.
bolted to a ladder. Yeah, old broomstick, a dowel rod. Chuck it in a vise on your bench.
Hold it in your hand.
More than one way to skin the cat. There's a little jar of junk thinner over there too that's been sort of used a little bit.
This is trash on it.
Yeah.
It.
It had a paintbrush cleaned out of it or something like that. That's trash thinner is what I was saying. We buy cheap thinner for cleaning brushes, cleaning spray guns out, all that kind of stuff. The cheapest thinner you can find, lacquer thinner.
It was $40 for 5 gallons.
Yeah, pretty cheap. We do use nothing but Randolph thinner for the paint. It's $50 a gallon about. So obviously, for that reason alone, you don't want to be just willy-nilly using that stuff. Also, when we're cleaning our spray guns out, we'll put some thinner in there and wash them out real good and spray all that thinner out of it, and then leave that gun set for just, doesn't take long, a minute. And then hit the trigger on it again. It'll spurt out a bunch of that old thinner again. Now, before you put your paint in there, you want to make sure you do that, so you're not mixing that cheap thinner with good paint and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Jim Lynch has got to say.
No, the wing does not come off. This is a one-piece airplane.
Jim, if you're watching, I'm calling. He's got like 10 phone numbers. Go through all the phone numbers.
It's a 60-inch wingspan, about 48 inches long.
Well, I guess he didn't want to be bothered. I just wanted to ask him if you saw how much paint I used.
700 square inches roughly. It's not a small airplane by any means.
This is bigger than Billy's. By, let's see, 1.5 inches times 60. So that'd be 60, 90 inches first one. Hello, Mr. Lynch.
Hello, Mr. Robert. Good morning to you, or good afternoon there.
Good afternoon. Now, did you see how much paint I used?
Robert, I saw exactly how much paint that you used, and that is an amazing thing, and I know it works because I've just done it.
Oh, you did it on your airplane?
It is a fabulous system, and it works just fine.
Yep.
So I've enjoyed the process. I've learned a lot from the process. And the only thing that Joanne and I want to comment on is she says she loves you. Please wear a mask.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to spray and talk and wear a mask.
I understand that, but Robert, it's been a really enjoyable morning watching you and John. And looks like your end results there is just magnificent.
Well, it will
And
be.
I can't wait to see the finished product.
You will at Brodax.
I like that, and I also like the having a half-a event maybe at Brodak or some of these other contests.
Yeah, we're Chris Everson's talking about getting some half-A guys together and making a half-A contest. It might be fun.
Well, we've enjoyed you. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Not a problem.
And keep up the good work, young man. It's beautiful.
All right, I just wanted to make sure you saw that I wasn't kidding. It only took like 2 ounces of paint.
You're not kidding. I'm looking at the jug on the table right now, and I can see clearly how much you used.
Yeah, there's nothing out of it. So that's how much paint you should use.
All right, bud. Thank you so much, Robert. You and John go eat your hamburger.
Yep.
All right.
Great day. Bye.
Bye.
Proof is in the pudding. Everybody says, you can't paint that airplane with 2 ounces. Yeah, you can if you do it right.
You got to tint your clear,
Yeah.
whatever your base color is.
Come out pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but
You know what's amazing, and I know we're still on air. When you looked at this airplane before you shot this coat on, you saw a lot of modding. Not really modding, but high and low spots. It's amazing how much of that filled in with just one coat. There's a pinhole.
yeah, I know. I saw 2 pinholes.
Just one coat of color on it. And by the time you get your trim colors on here and all that stuff, any little spots, figure out all these trim colors and where they go. That's probably going to cover over a third of the airplane. You still got a whole nother coat of paint, color paint going on. So any of those little spots that might still be in there will be gone at that point in time. Going around and double sanding this thing, triple sanding it and all that stuff, and it pays. It pays.
Yeah, it'll get sanded again. Hey, we got somebody said something. Thank you, some guy. How do you hold it? Oh, he must be talking about the paint stand.
Until this video is over, go back in here about, I don't know where we're at in this video.
3 hours.
Right now, 3 hours. Go back in 2 hours and a half and
Yeah, he explained it 30 minutes ago, so go back to 2.5 hours and come out all right?
yeah, just those two little spots that we were looking at there. One looked like it spit there or something, and that one little teeny spot right there is probably all get covered with trim.
Needs to be green, putty there. And green putty there. I mean,
Anyways, you go over this and do them little spots and then come back through and touch them up and put your trim colors on and see where you're at.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna do lunch now and then half A stuff,
Yeah, I suppose.
split that mold.
Yep.
Got a pinhole there and a pinhead there.
Any more than that,
No. Not that I can see.
And then that one.
There's a spot there I'm gonna address. I might sand this again and
This needs a little bit, that patch. Be addressed just a little. Sand it out real good. Touch it up. I don't see any more pinholes there.
And
That's good.
then there's look at this. There's 1, 2, 3 dimples there that I missed.
You know, you don't think this is a little project right here. It's a small piece, but there's a lot of surface area there to have to deal with.
I gotta go back and sand this where that CA.
And when you're painting without paint, painting without Bondo, painting without primer per se, for the most part, there's very little actual primer used on this airplane.
Got a bubble right there I need to sand out. It's at least the tips came out good. I mean, could use a little paint right there. Sand that, hit that again. But it's not bad for the first coat. Got to put it all together and see what it weighs, see if I can afford another coat on it. But
I'd say you're at 3/4 of an ounce or less, 5/8 of an ounce.
I won't put another whole coat on it. I'll just fix all the spots, or, fix a spot, put a piece of tape on it, so I know where it is to come back and shoot, blend in. I'm still 2 months out.
Oh yeah. About 10 more sandings, 15 more sandings, and a couple more months.
All right, guys, I think we're gonna go to lunch, and after lunch, we're gonna split that mold for the prop for this and do some half A work. So if you're interested in that, we'll be back in probably an hour or so. We really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you then. Fair winds, tight lines, keep building. See ya.